Hi, everybody.
Hey, yo.
Hello.
Welcome back.
That was it. Welcome back. Anyway, into our show.
If you've
Yeah.
never heard it before, you're not welcome back.
Welcome.
Just welcome.
Yeah,
welcome
this is
back
your
for
first
the
time.
first time. To,
Welcome back to the beginning of the start of your life, as you
know it.
As you
Everything's
learn.
going to be different from now.
Mhm.
Everything.
welcome back to another episode of What's the Diff. We talk about things here, things that you might not think about, things that you might get confused, things that you haven't researched but you wish you knew more about. Don't worry, we did it for you. And after every episode, you'll be able to say,
actually.
a little bit more.
Yep.
I am Leafy Lettuce Josh. With me today, I didn't write this down, so this is really going really well.
Yep.
Is
Chips Cully.
Metal Cully.
Chips McGee.
Chips McGee
'Cause
Cully.
machining makes metal chips.
And
So, all right.
Lite Keenan.
Lite.
Lite Keenan.
Yeah, light. Like it'll make sense.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
Today we'll be discussing vegan versus vegetarian, machining versus metal casting, and battle of the beers. Gonna talk about some light beers. Gonna try some light beers.
Yeah, we're gonna drink them. We're gonna try them. We're gonna drink them.
Because everyone knows a good podcast starts with inebriated hosts.
It's just light beer.
Yep.
It's
Hey, it's me though.
a light beer.
Two tall boys, and I'm like,
I only brought 3 because I didn't want to buy a 20 rack just for, or even a 6-pack of
Yeah,
Bud Light. It's
that
so
makes sense.
gross. So
we're like, oh, this beer's terrible. Well, we have 20 of them.
yeah, well,
Shit. I'll just huck them
at-
over the fence.
Well, at the end, we'll play the no-name trivia game with me hosting as Cully defends his championship title.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm
Yeah.
still going. How many episodes I've been going for?
it's probably like 12 or 13.
Yeah, I mean, better like at least a 3-month run.
I feel good about it. I feel smart. I am smart. That's what I tell myself before I go to sleep. Have an opinion and or want to hear one of your topics debated.
or.
And/or. You can connect with us at whatsthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail or a text at 802-884-3553. Bitch. Or send a voice clip to us at hellowhatsthediff@gmail.com. Where your prices are, we're thinking about them being guaranteed, but we're not sure yet.
We're on the fence.
Yeah. We can't guarantee that they're guaranteed, but there'll be prices.
There will be prices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining our podcast.
Yeah, see you next week.
I just want people to be like, what? Did they say everything?
All right, let's crack up some
What the
beers.
hell? What happened? All right. Okay. Well,
Yeah, beer man, what do we start with?
yeah, you guys chat while I do the
All right,
work.
we're going to start with Coors Light.
Ooh, Coors Light.
The mountains are blue. It's ready for you. What do they say?
These aren't really blue.
That's pretty fucking blue.
That's super
That's so
blue.
blue. What are you talking about?
You know what it is? I got blue filtering glasses on.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
that would-
those are literally so blue.
Doesn't have that blue.
That's funny.
I'm just imagining a guy going to a bar and just like, this Coors isn't cold. That's not blue. And they're like, what the fuck do you mean? Are you colorblind? Like,
Or they go in, they're like, can I have a Bud Light? The guy hands him a can. He's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, it's a blue can of Bud Light, dude. And he's like, is this like a special edition silver can or something?
Jesus.
this is a weird mystery white flavor, like Airheads.
Hey, turn the thing. Oh, God.
That's a great pour. It's
Just
only
pull it-
foam.
Why did you straight up give me the fucking thing?
Because it's fun. I know you do it on the side.
Well, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
This is fucking lame. You gotta have a head on your beer.
Yeah, but not light beer, man. It's just so gross.
Yeah, so I'll be the one to say that Cully's doing a marvelous job pouring, but if you want to see him pour, Spotify has a video feed for you if you didn't know that, but also we're on YouTube.
Not bad.
It's not.
All right, everybody grab your Coors Light. That's cold. That's nice and cold.
Fucking foamy one.
I mean, it's okay with some foam. I like foam.
Oh,
All
I got the foamy one. Don't worry about it.
right, so
All right, let's take a note at the.
Wow, is there
color.
beer in this?
I know. I can
Jesus.
see completely. I can see you through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
this
See-
reminds me of the amber from the dinosaur movie.
It's pretty light beer there.
Oh,
I
that's
reckon.
the amber is actually way darker than this.
Oh yeah.
This
Alright.
isn't amber.
Yeah,
All right.
try your beer.
Cheers.
Give it a good sniff.
It does. Right off the bat, it doesn't smell good.
It really just doesn't taste like much at all.
Oh, it does not smell good.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a few profiles. I want you to explain what you're thinking about these.
Okay.
Ooh, hey, public service announcement. Not good when you have a throat lozenge in
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes
honey,
a lot of sense.
vanilla, and socks. Yeah.
Well,
You know what I'm getting? I'm getting a lot of water. Like it's just
I mean, yeah, they're very light.
it's very.
I know,
light.
but it's like so light. Like I've had a Coors Light before, I swear, and I'm like, this is fucking light.
Guys, your mouth noises is really fucking with me.
That's why don't put me into it. He's doing all the mouth noises.
All right. Do you notice any dryness? Is it dry on your palate?
Yeah, that I would describe that as dry.
Is it leaving you with a dry aftertaste? Okay.
It's awful.
I
I'm
feel
feeling
dry.
that. I'm feeling that.
What is awful filter? into?
Are you getting any sourness or tartness?
I mean, a little bit tart at the end. I don't know if I really get much of a sour.
I think it's sour the whole way through, but it's not like compared to a sour. This is not sour at all.
Yeah, of course.
This tastes like bad water. This is what it tastes like.
This tastes like California water.
Would you describe it as crisp at all? Is there any crispiness to it? Or
Yeah.
cleanness?
I
It's
would.
cold.
There's definitely a crisp
Yeah.
nature to it.
It's crispy.
Yeah.
Crispy.
Would you describe it as bitter at all?
No, not compared to other beers. No.
Yeah, this doesn't really have a hint of bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have another beer here that I would describe as bitter.
All right, so you're drinking Coors Light. Congratulations.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
You scared the shit out of me.
So I'm taking 4 of the most popular beers in America, and I'm in Washington. In Washington.
Yeah.
I kind of moved it around. So Coors Light is an American light lager. It's got minimal bitterness.
Coors Light.
People describe it as a clean, neutral hop profile.
Yeah, it just tastes like beer LaCroix.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way it's brewed goes through a cold lagering process and cold filtering process.
For like
So
for like a second?
Well, yeah. So it's out of all the cheap light beers, it's supposed to give it more of like a crisp, refreshing finish.
Yeah, they don't let the hops soak for a while, I guess.
Yeah. It's
They just do a
described
little dip.
They just dip a hop in the thing of water. Like, good enough.
It's described as light-bodied, mild malty,
It's light.
slightly sweet with a clean aftertaste.
Yeah, I got the sweetness.
Yeah.
I got the sweetness.
Coors is known for its crisp, easy quality, and marketed as refreshing as the Rockies. And they use actual Rocky water, Rocky Mountain water for the filtration process.
Do they use Rocky Mountain water, or they just use water that has rocks in it? 'Cause that's Rocky Mountain water. Well, no, Coors does that, but never mind. I was thinking of the same thing. I was like, Coors Light does that, but so does Coors Banquet. I'm like, yeah, it's the same fucking beer. Jesus Christ.
That'd be kind of interesting, like the difference between Coors Light and Coors Banquet.
Banquet tastes worse.
That'd be good. I don't know.
I can't do banquets.
So different light beers use different hops. Obviously, all beer does for different bitterness and aromas. You can crack the next one open, by the way. Let's do.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Let's do Modelo.
Okay, Modelo on it.
That's good. This
All
one's
right.
in a bottle.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So we get some hops are more noble, clean. Some are more citrusy, some more zesty.
Zesty.
Light beers, as opposed to IPAs or other heavier beers, use just less hops. They use
Yeah.
less hops. Basically, they throw a lot of adjuncts into them too, like rice or corn alongside the barley too, to lighten the flavor. So it's not just purely barley. Coors, they literally just use like a cold filtration to make it feel smoother. And then also like light beers use a lower fermentation time, shorter time. So it has lighter alcohol because they do it shorter and with less hops. And then often yeast is used that ferments a higher percentage of sugars, so it makes it a little sweeter as well. Light beers are usually more crisp with a clean flavor than like heavier beers. because it's literally more water. And then the sweetness from the corn, the rice, the sugar, and they usually feel like a thinner kind of thing too. People would describe it as
Thinner.
thinner. Yeah, we're talking 3.5, 4.2%, that range.
I hope those are the correct glasses. I don't really know.
All right, Modelo looks almost the same.
Oh no, Modelo's a little
It's
bit more
definitely
amber.
more amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely has a darker.
In
more-
Jurassic Park, I wouldn't be surprised to see a mosquito in there.
Yeah,
frozen
this
in
is
amber.
this is a mosquito.
Amber.
I am noticing less bubbles compared to the Coors on mine.
I agree with that. I think.
Well, yeah, because you have to. There's less bubbles.
I think
fact.
the can also probably kept that colder as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that could be a difference with the glass and can. All right, we're all taking sips.
I like that instantly more. Modelo has,
It doesn't smell as like bad, shitty sock smelly.
to me, Modelo actually has some flavor going on.
Yeah,
More
there's
aroma
something to it there.
So it's a
Let's see.
Mexican lager. So is Corona, obviously. I chose Modelo because I like it more.
And this is Modelo Especial, by the way.
Very
They have
especial.
Modelo Negro, but
Yeah. Yeah. So this one's described as a balanced beer with light bitterness from the hops with a slightly sweety, malty character.
it's definitely more malty.
They use barley, malt, rice, and hops. It's slightly longer of a lagering process than most standard American light beers, being a Mexican beer. So that makes it a little more full-bodied because they're a little longer with a little more malt, a little more toastiness to it.
2 seconds.
No, they dip 2 hops into the
For 1
water.
second.
Yeah.
People think that has more of a rich overall flavor and thickness to it, kind of.
I
Yeah,
definitely feel like it's thicker.
Yeah.
I totally agree. There's more body to it compared to the Coors Light.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Coors Light was 4.2. This one is 4.4.
Oh, for the
I can feel it.
This also has more calories than any of the others on the list as well.
Which makes sense if the process, they had it in there longer.
A little heavier, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. You guys get any, I mean, obviously you said maltiness, some more hoppiness probably. Is it sour at all?
There's kind of a bite on my tongue at the end.
A little bit of sour, but not a lot.
I think like everything in this Modelo is slightly better than the Coors Light.
There's like more,
It's just
I
like
can taste more.
yeah, I can taste more. The bite is a little bit more. The sourness is a little bit more.
But I wouldn't say it's as clean though. For some reason, the Coors, that whole like crisp thing is like pretty legit.
That tastes like water.
Yeah,
Like it's
crispy water.
crisp like a water. Like that's
Yeah.
the Coors Light is a beer you can drink when you're mowing a field and you need to mow straight lines.
Yeah.
Like you could drink 60 of those and you're going to be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
This one, I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, my mouth feels very dry after drinking this.
Yeah, I think that is the bite
Yeah.
afterwards.
Interesting. 'Cause, yeah, I felt a lot more dryness with the Coors.
Mm.
This one always feels a little refreshing.
They both taste like honey and vanilla to me.
What?
Because I had a lozenge in.
Oh. I'm not getting that at all.
Yeah,
I'm tasting like just light beer.
yeah.
I wish it tasted like honey and
Give
vanilla.
me your glass.
Don't
That's funny.
do it. Don't have a lozenge and then drink beer. It's not great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I think it's one of my favorite light beers, honestly. But yeah.
I like this beer with hot food too.
Yeah.
So light beers usually run from like 90 to 140 calories ish, and that makes them also have low carb content because there's like they're brewed to reduce the residual sugar. Essentially, it's a shorter amount of time. Yeah. So it's just less sugar, less carbs, less calories.
Low crabs.
Yeah.
Low crabs.
Let me get.
Oh,
are you
wait,
done?
sorry.
Finish. Finish.
Yeah, you can find some more facts on light beers and regular beers on our previous episode.
It's true. We talked about IPAs versus light beer.
Yeah. But we're going to go over some stuff again because you might be a first-time listener, and
That's
you
right.
might have also not been listening when I talked.
That's right.
Now hear it from this beautiful voice.
That's right. All right, next up, Rainier. Oh, fun fact. The bar you said is actually the incorrect bar. It is the Cabin Tavern.
The Cabin.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and then Ian was like, I heard that episode. It's the Cabin, which checks out because every time I go there, it is bumping and people are drinking Rainier.
Got it. Yeah.
The Beaver is a dive bar in town still, and they do sell quite a lot of Rainier, but they're pretty slow usually
Yeah.
nowadays.
Huh.
Yeah, the Cabin Tavern.
The Cabin Tavern. So if you want a Rainier in town, They'll have it.
It's actually a pretty cool little bar. Yeah. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, this is Rainier Bellingham. Out of any city in the entire country, drinks more of these per capita.
Cabin Tavern, I just wanted to say, also known as the Stabbin' Cabin.
Stabbing gets nicer now.
Yeah, they use diamond encrusted blades.
So this one's a little like definitely lighter than the Modelo.
Yeah, Modelo's the most amber. This
For sure, yeah.
is reminiscent of Coors Light,
Mm-hmm.
but
yeah.
it's Coors Light is the lightest looking. Rainier is in the middle, and then Modelo is is the darkest looking.
Yeah.
Between these three, between other beers, like obviously they're different, but yeah.
So this one's considered an American adjunct lager. So it's a little spin on American lager. Whereas a Coors is just like an American light lager.
This has got the gym sock smell again.
This
Man,
This has been the
I
most-
genuinely like don't really like Rainier.
this is the most like beer tasting light beer I think that we've had.
Yeah. It does have more of a full hoppy kind of taste.
Mm-hmm.
I just for some reason there's some kind of bite that I don't like in Rainier.
It's very yeasty
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
end.
I think so.
Very yeasty.
Yeah.
I don't really like this either. I know controversial because we're in Bellingham,
Yeah.
but I don't really like Rainier either. I like Rainier once I'm drunk and like I have to have a few Rainiers and then I start to like it. But like Montucky, I could just have one and be like, oh fuck, that was a good beer.
Yeah, Montucky actually hits the spot. Whereas
Yeah.
Rainier,
Rainier's like, "Ugh,
Coors, I'm just like, ugh.
to enjoy this, I need to have
I'll drink it."
many more.
Yeah, it's fun for games like yard games because it's easy, like beer die and stuff. The hops that we use for this are Northwest hops.
Mm.
So there's a
I
floral
can taste
aroma.
the moisture.
I can taste the mold, swampiness. Yeah, it's brewed as a lager with an emphasis on simplicity, so it's a pretty simple formula. They're going for a clean, crisp, and smooth taste with light malt sweetness.
It's not smooth.
Yeah, I don't think it's very smooth.
I don't think it's smooth.
It's
and
supposed to have a
kinda
less
heavier on the malt.
Yeah, it's supposed to have a less complex flavor than Modelo. I agree. And then I think more flavor than Coors and Rainier. That's pretty agreed upon.
Modelo does.
No, Rainier.
Rainier has more flavor than Coors.
And Bud Light.
Well, yeah, those are like
Yeah.
beer water.
Yeah, exactly. So Modelo out of all light beers is probably one of the heavier ones.
Mm-hmm.
Or not, if not the heaviest.
Arguably better. I
Yeah,
think.
because I'm like thinking of other light beers, like Corona. Definitely not. Like
Corona's
Mickey's is pretty light. I think
Michelob
Rainier's
Ultras. Yeah.
Keystone's very light.
Rainier's pretty on par with like Mickey's and Montucky. I
Yeah.
prefer the flavor on those more. But
Mm.
Yeah, definitely Michelob Ultra or a Montucky is just so much better. God, I love Montucky. That's
Me
such
too.
a goddamn good beer.
This episode was brought to you by Kentucky.
Montucky.
Okay, so I think the top four. Let me see. Do I have a list of this? I forgot.
The top four, what?
Top four beers. Let me look it up. I think it was.
In the U.S.?
Yeah, I didn't want to do that because they're all gross. Let me see.
Yeah, like Guinness, fucking triple IPAs.
No, I mean a light beer.
Oh, top light beer in the U.S. or
Yeah.
Washington
Or the
whatever.
world.
Well, these are Washington.
Oh.
The U.S. was Mickey was first.
Michelob Ultra is number one.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Fuck
Bud
yeah.
Light second. Coors Light third.
Wow.
And Miller Light fourth. Mickey's is first. Yeah.
I like that. Michelob Ultra. Is number
and
one.
that's
good stuff.
largely because it's the number one beer on tap.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
Mhm.
Like anywhere you go, they have Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's not just bottled. Whereas Bud Light and Coors Light,
Oh.
you're not really gonna get that on tap as much.
Yeah,
Which-
that's it's not an on tap beer. That'd be just kind of disappointing.
But Michelob and Bud Light are both made by Anheuser-Busch, so they're winning. no matter what.
they don't care.
Anheuser.
And Anheuser.
Man, who's it?
Anheuser. Yeah. So Coors third by Molson Coors Beverage Company. Miller Lite by Molson as well. So
Molson.
yeah, I chose not to do
Molson's
Miller and
Canadian brand.
Molson.
Yeah, Molson.
That's right, Molson Muscle.
Molson Muscles, beer belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't buy Bud Light because it's disgusting. But I mean, like fucking.
It's fucking.
It tastes like Coors, but worse even, which
Yeah.
is surprising.
Well, no. It tastes like Coors, but with more disappointment. That's
Yeah.
what I think. It's just like
Yeah, like Budweiser's already super light. And then-
Coors had one hop dipped into it, Bud Light had the hops placed kind of close enough to the water.
Yeah, Bud Light just stood next to the hops and went, "Can I come in?" They said,
Yeah.
"No." And it was like,
Guys,
"Oh,
can I hang out? It's like, oh man, he's like that one guy's weird cousin. All right, dude, come on, hang out, but just don't touch anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
And no, you can't have any dip. You got weird fingers. Why do you always smell like garlic? It's the character, not me.
Okay, so in summary, here's some little quick statistics. Coors Light is considered very light, slightly sweet, neutral hop profile, very mild flavor, 4.2 ABV, and 102 calories. Modelo is a medium body, noticeable sweetness, balanced hop profile, a richer malt-forward complexity for flavor, 4.4% ABV, and 144 calories. Rainier is light, so in between, obviously. Has a light sweetness, mild floral hop profile, slightly more malty than Coors, and a 4.6 ABV and 135 calories. So actually the highest ABV. And then Bud Light is also very light, like Corona, pretty much the same. Slightly sweet, neutral, clean, smooth, 4.2 and 110. So it has a little more calories than Coors, but it has even less flavor.
How do you manage that?
Yeah. Bud Light's just gross. Don't waste your time. So
I also love that, like, to not get in the controversy side of it, but like a Bud Light had who's that one person as their sponsor?
Oh, the
Dylan
Mulvaney?
Yes, Dylan Mulvaney. They had Dylan Mulvaney as their sponsor, who is a trans individual, and like everybody who was a good old boy American, like, bought a shitload of the beer and then blew it up with like shotguns or like threw it on the ground or something. They're like, yeah, fuck this beer, as like a boycott. It's like, you still bought it.
Yeah, you bought
Dumb fuck. You're still supporting the company. They don't give a shit if you drink it or not.
People.
You're giving them money. And they're like, yeah, fuck it. And then like Kid Rock did a thing like that. And he just like turned around and shot a bunch, like with a shotgun, like bought it. And it's like, cool.
Yeah.
That was like, what was that 8 cases of beer?
You think we care that you put it in your body or not?
They don't give a shit. No.
Made it.
You give us money,
fucking...
whatever you do with it, I don't give a fuck.
The
Doesn't
funniest
matter.
thing is that he was seen at a sport event
Drinking
one
a
of
Bud
them.
Light.
Yeah, like 6 weeks later,
I can't imagine being rich and choosing to drink Bud Light.
right?
Wow.
I would have Montucky on me at all times.
I know. I'd
be that rich.
Yeah,
It's just like,
I'd have
yeah,
Montucky.
we have Rainier, Coors Light. I'd be like, no, I brought my own Montucky. And then I have a Montucky guy. I'd snap, Montucky boy. And he would bring me a column. That would be ideal. That's the life I want to live.
Yeah, I'd probably just have like patches.
Patches?
Yeah, you just like put it on your arm and then you just get drunk.
A Montucky patch. It's like a nicotine patch.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta stop drinking. Put like 17 patches on your arm.
That's still less than that 30 rack.
Oh boy,
I want to see
howdy.
how far down Montucky is. So,
I think Montucky's pretty niche. Like, not a lot of people have heard about it, but
Yeah, I didn't
If
hear
you-
about it until you.
really?
dude, if you guys, who's ever listening out there, if you haven't had Montucky, if you like shitty beers, Montucky is the best cheap beer. Like, it's just above the mark of being like a shitty cheap beer. It's
good.
like stands above everything else. It's
Okay,
so good.
Here's I'm going to read a bunch in order of best selling.
Plus the
Michelob
company's
Ultra.
really cool.
Okay, so there's a difference between Michelob Ultra and Michelob Light as well.
Yeah,
But
Makes
Michelob
sense.
Ultra is the number one selling. Bud
Yep.
Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, Busch Light, Natty Light, Natural Light,
oh gross.
Corona Light, Heineken Light, Amstel Light,
Amstel, yeah.
Youngling Light Lager.
What the hell is that?
Youngling.
They drink on the East Coast. I don't know.
Oh,
Keystone Light, Michelob Light. It's even lighter. Bud
Jesus.
Light Lime, Miller 64, Coors Light Iced Tea, Beck's Premier Light, Sam Adams Light, Labatt Blue Light, Genesee Light, and Rolling Rock Light. Montucky's not even in the top 20.
Fucking Rolling Rock.
Well, see, I think that's just because it's not really well known.
I guess not. I was
It's pretty niche. But the Montucky company is really cool. Like, they support the LGBT XYZAMLMNOP community. And they give 8% back to whatever profits they get to local charities. So That's fucking awesome. Go support Montucky. It's a good beer. They do good things. They support cool people. Montucky for life.
I think I'm just gonna start saying the rainbow community.
Yeah, there's two. Okay.
The rainbow
First-
community.
First you take
But
all the
that makes
colors.
sense, right?
Now you take all the
or
letters.
the pride
What
community.
the hell?
The pride community.
Pride community. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Or just people.
LGBTQ plus, but now it's like, well, LGBTQ. I forgot. I can't.
LGBTQIA plus.
IA plus. LGBTQIA plus. Yeah, the LGBTQIA plus. The pride community. That sounds way cooler.
The
Anyway, the pride community.
straight people.
I think pride sounds sick. They should adopt that. You heard it here first. If you ever hear that
Pride.
anywhere else, you heard
Proud.
it here. The pride community,
Yeah.
not the proud, because that's like the Proud Boys.
Proud's
That's a lot
close to Proud
different.
Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Proud
Ooh,
Boys.
maybe this won't work. Then it's too close. The
No,
pride.
take pride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pride community. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Take pride in being with the pride community.
LGBTQ plus IA plus.
It's too many fucking
Community.
letters. It's too many letters.
Anyway, that's your light beer.
Yeah.
There, those are some light beers.
Light beer.
My
Yeah.
favorite, Modelo.
Out of the three?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Modelo.
out of those three, I think Modelo.
And with a Mexican lager like Modelo, specifically Modelo, you can, well, one, they have like micheladas, which are fucking great.
Michelada.
So good. Tomato juice, beer. And you
That's
can
what a
make
michelada is?
yeah, it's great.
Tomato juice and
Or
beer?
I guess it's Clamato and beer. Yeah. Yeah, it's dank. It's really
That's
good.
fucking horrible.
No, it's
sounding.
actually, they're really good.
No.
And Modelo sells them in the can. I think Bud Light has a michelada now too.
Ugh.
But the Modelo's are better. And if you're drinking Modelo's, or any light beer really, but specifically better with Modelo, you can put like Cholula on the rim.
Clam tomato juice.
Yeah, that's your clam bony right
Clamato.
there.
Clam tomato juice. Whoever invented, I hope they're dead.
Have you never had a
Whoever
Bloody
invented
Caesar?
that. Fuck no, that's just
Or I guess a
disgusting.
Caesar. Yeah, I love those things.
Oh, that's.
I'd rather.
oh
I
my
usually
God.
drink Bloody Marys, but a Caesar's fucking great.
That is like
You ever had a Bloody?
atrociously disgusting.
No, they're not.
Yes, it is.
You ever had a Bloody Maria? Tequila.
Clearly, I haven't.
Oh my god, no thank you.
Those are hard to drink.
What is it? Bloody Maria is
It's
what?
tequila.
Oh, get fucked. Jesus.
I had somebody at work request a spicy Bloody Maria, and I was like,
I mean, I think that probably make it a little easier to drink, but
I have done. You get a Corona and you drink the neck, like down, and then you fill the neck with tequila,
oh,
and then put your thumb in it and like mix it. It tastes like Fruit Loops, and
How?
it gets you fucking
"What are you
hammered.
talking about? Fruit Loops?
Tastes like Fruit Loops for
Did
a
you-
little bit
How?
because the mixture tastes like Fruit Loops.
Tequila and Coors
is
Light.
it?
Yep.
Is it a certain tequila that you have
Probably.
to use? Or?
That's- yeah.
that'd be my guess.
It is. They hurt.
But put some Cholula on your rim. Try it. It's good.
Yeah, put Cholula on your rim. You know which one we're talking about.
Yeah.
Spice up that rim here. Is
That one you bleach every once in a while.
once in a while, every day, baby. I use bleach in my shower, so I just don't have to fucking.
You
worry
shower
about
with bleach?
it. Yeah. Well, it's like I think I put like 30% bleach in the water tank.
Yeah, I wipe with sandpaper and shower with sandpaper. Because, bad skin. So, is anybody going to jump in here and save me before I say something?
No, keep going. You
Who's
got
up
this.
next?
I'll go.
Yes.
So, I brought the topic of vegetarian versus vegan. So I gotta ask you boys: have either of you participated in either of these diets?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both.
which-
What do you mean participated? Like,
Have you tried
like
them?
for an extended
I've
period of time, like
eaten-
at least a
oh,
week.
no. I've eaten things that are vegetarian and eaten things that are vegan.
Most people have.
but
yeah.
I got some
falafel once.
Yeah. No, I haven't no.
Yeah, I did
like-
both.
I like
I
meat.
tried being vegan. I live with New Zealand. In New Zealand, I lived with a guy who was vegan, so I tried it for a while. Felt
It's hard.
I felt good, I guess. Like I didn't get as bloated normally from stuff, I guess. That's kind of like during the same time when I found out I was lactose intolerant, so I was like, that's a good thing to take away. I also found out I was gluten intolerant, but that didn't make me not want to eat gluten. So
Hey.
I just ate a pizza. You know what I mean?
Do you not get anything from that?
My tummy it hurts from gluten for sure. I get like a stomach ache and I get really bloated and
But you
it's-
don't get like migraines and shit?
I haven't like directly noticed myself get a migraine from gluten,
Fuck
but I'm not
you.
sure how long it might
Fuck you,
take or
dude.
anything.
That's horseshit.
I get migraines from lactose.
Fuck you, man.
So even with my pizzas, I just get a sprinkle of cheese. But anyway, I tried the vegan thing. It was great, and then I realized there was gelatin and candy, and I was eating some candy. And
So
then
you weren't vegan.
Well,
you
no, I was.
liar.
I was, and then I just ate some candy, and then I was like, he's like, yeah, mate, you know, like you can't have gelatin, right? And I was like, what? He's
It's
like,
made of hooves.
he's like, yeah, you know what gelatin is, right? And I was like, no. And he's like, that's pig hooves, mate. And I was like, oh, I'm eating pig hooves.
yeah, that's what gelatin is.
I was like, well, it's not meat. He's like, it doesn't matter. It's
And
part of the pig.
it is an animal product.
So
Yes.
I stopped shortly after. And then I started eating a lot more meat and stuff and gained like 20 pounds of muscle, and it was great. That was a good time. And then I tried being vegetarian for a while too. This time I actually did it because of moral reasons. After college, I was like, oh my God, the agricultural industry is destroying the earth.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So I tried being vegetarian to like help with that. And then I kind of I did pretty well with that, and I was buying Impossible Burgers, and then I started eating fish because I like fish, and I realized that doesn't have the same impact. So then I was pescatarian for a while, and now I'm just me.
Especially if you catch your own fish
I didn't.
and hunt your own food.
He didn't do that either.
Well, yeah. The vegan thing I did just to see how it affected my body, and then I was vegetarian for the environment, and that lasted probably 3 months.
That's still a good amount.
Yeah,
I've had some good vegan food. Shout out to
yeah, you can get some
Megan.
good stuff.
We got burgers a while ago, and it was an Impossible burger, and I've never had Impossible not meat before.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
And eating, I was just like, how the fuck is this not meat?
There's a while there where
It was so good.
I kind of like all I ate every night was I made burgers with that stuff.
It was so good.
But
like this is meat.
then I
This
saw
is
that
what
South
this
Park
is.
episode where he's like, "I'm the goo man." You know what I mean?
No, I
he's
haven't seen that
Yeah,
one.
oh god,
haven't seen
it's
it
just this
either.
guy like, it's a fucking hilarious episode. Cartman's like having a heart attack because they're taking away his meat, and he's like, "No, no, no!" And he just gets heart attacks from all the stress. And
Not
then
because of all
they
the
like
fatty foods he eats.
no, because of
Surprising.
stress. And then like this one day, the goo man comes in and he replaces all their meat with this goo meat, and no one tells Cartman, and he doesn't know.
meat.
He doesn't know. And then one day he finds out, and he's like, "Oh, guys, I'm not upset. I just wanted to." I forgot what he said. I don't know, but basically he wasn't upset because he didn't know. He's like, "Whatever, it's fine." And yeah,
I did see the episode where he killed his
weird,
kid's
though.
parents and made him into chili.
that's different.
Yeah.
Not quite a vegan episode.
But like,
I
if
would
you
say.
think about the goo, it's just really weird.
it's, I don't want to think about it.
Goo made into little hockey pucks.
Yeah,
it's
but
soy protein isolates and like
Yeah.
pea
I
I
protein.
mean, same
isolates.
thing with chicken nuggets. Like,
It's
I
fucking
don't
good.
Really get
though.
those either. I
Like,
usually just get good meat.
this was a charred burger. It was gluten-free bun.
But you're right.
I was like, God damn, this is good.
It bleeds like a burger.
It does. It goos. It squishes.
I want
There's oil.
I want
there's
them
fat.
to come out with like vegan steaks.
Well,
A
aren't they doing like,
realistic steak.
aren't they doing like 3D printed steaks or something? They
Yeah.
were for a while.
They are. They're just going through,
yeah,
Trials.
They're just getting, it's they have it down, but they don't have it to a cheap amount of down.
it's like $1 million to make one. Oh,
well,
it used
that
to be.
was like back in like 2014.
And I haven't heard anything much from them, but it
Yeah,
costs a lot of money.
I think it's gone down significantly, but it's still like $70 to $80.
But
which-
even then, it's like the amount of 3D printed meats we'd have to make to
That's a
keep up
lot.
with the industry is
You know what we should be
impossible.
doing?
It's
We should-
impossible.
should be eating like locust burgers
Ugh.
because they're widely available and
You know what's-
they have a shitload of protein.
Not bad. Veggie burgers, like
There you
garden
go.
burgers. I've eaten garden burgers since I was like 3. My mom
Like
always made
black
yeah,
bean
like black
burgers.
beans and
Yeah.
a bunch of
Those are
veggies
good.
mixed up. Those are good. They're
Yeah.
fine.
yeah,
And
season them well enough, you're good.
I have a big take of mine is I'm so tired of people trying to make fake meat when they're choosing to not eat meat. Just eat vegetables. If you're gonna mash veggies into something to make it look like meat, just eat the
Yeah.
fucking veggies.
Just eat veggies.
If you miss meat that much, clearly biologically you want meat, so eat the fucking meat. What's the point of
yeah, you don't have to torture
substituting?
yourself.
Yeah. Well,
Although
the
it is-
environment, okay.
it's
If it's the
good.
environment, great. But also, your T-shirt takes 10,000 gallons of water to make that brand new. Like, go
Yep.
buy used T-shirts. Like, if you're really concerned about the environment, I feel like yes, agriculture is a huge industry, and that's the problem. But like, it's okay. It's better to have one steak once a month than fucking buy all this shitty, weird soy protein isolates to
Yeah.
replicate it every day.
There's
You know?
if somebody wanted to go truly vegan and like not hurt the environment at all, they would live in the woods with a loincloth made of leaves.
Yeah.
And that would
Just
be
like the
it.
more ingredients I see on something, the weirder it is to me. Like
Actually-
steak is steak.
If they want to be environmental, they just die.
Yeah.
And they get replanted. Like you can die and be food
Tree.
for a tree.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's
I
what
mean,
wanna
if you
do.
get buried, you pretty much are.
do
Yeah.
sky burial though. I think that's the dopest.
I want to
Yeah.
get strapped to a rocket and launched up into space and
Anyway.
incinerated.
What are you talking about? Vegan and vegan.
Vegetarian and vegan.
So I get rolled down one of those big hills and splashed into the lake, like you know what they do with rocks.
yeah.
Put me in a tire, like my dead
Yeah.
body. Put it in a tire. Doof, 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 doof. Whoa!
Like oh, sick.
You went across the whole ravine.
Shit, we gotta clean that up now. No, just leave me. Clean up the tire, not me.
So the gist of vegetarian and veganism.
Meeting.
A vegetarian is a person who does not consume meat, poultry, or fish.
Mm.
Whereas a vegan is a person who follows a plant-based diet that excludes all animal products, including meat, poultry, fish, dairy, eggs, and honey.
Yeah, basically animal products.
Any animal product, byproduct. Some can go as far as if it had any part of an animal in the process of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
So, like, some farmers could use certain animals to help them do a part of, like, the cultivation of a plant.
So what if they like used worms to?
Animal product.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one because
Can't eat
like,
anything. Drink water.
Silkworms.
Silk is an animal product.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
mean,
Well, there's like vegan leather and stuff.
and there's people like that are vegan but aren't vegan because they have leather purses and wallets, and I'm like,
Yeah, like they eat vegan, but they don't live vegan.
mm-hmm.
There's a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a big thing. I think some people are really into an overall lifestyle of trying to get away from animals and things, which I'll when I dive into veganism, I'll talk more about kind of the kind of forefront of that. And yeah, some people just kind of want to change their diet up a bit. It's
They're
very
diet
different.
up a bit.
Diet up a bit.
Oh, they're diet up a bit. That's fun to say.
diet up a bit.
The diet up a bit.
They're diet up a bit.
Change up their diet up a bit.
Diet up a bit.
So, vegetarian. There are reports that vegetarian diets were around since 700 BCE.
Yeah, probably because they didn't have a whole lot of meat. They just had.
Well, I mean, animals were
Sticks
kind
and
of still
shit.
all around and stuff, but
Yeah, but you'd fuck it. Like 6 of them would die to get one thing. You know, like they lived to be like what 14. I don't know. Humanity was shit back then.
well, actually, a lot of
There's a bunch
people.
of 14-year-olds running around.
President. If you basically got past like the age of like 1, there's a good chance that you're gonna be well over 40.
I
but
think the
it's just so many children died.
age people mostly die was like around 40 for a while.
Wow.
Naturally, that's what our life expectancy is naturally.
Yeah. So
What a world. Look where we are now.
some other
Yeah, we have a
history.
guy twice the age in fucking office.
Yeah.
Some history facts. The Vegetarian Society was founded in England in 1847.
Oh, so they're all vegetarians. are they?
crumpets and nothing else.
Ooh.
The International Vegetarian Society was founded in 1908. So it took a while for the rest of the world to be like, yeah, we'll get on this.
That was a good year.
It's gone international. They've discovered not eating meat.
Roderick, it is a fad. Nothing will catch on. We are true vegetarians.
I'm hearing reports of Scandinavia, sir.
And then they come back and they're like, "Sir, they're eating even less than vegetarianism." What? What is this? They're not eating animal products at all. It is veganism. Well, that's fucking lame. Carrots for everyone.
There are 3 types of vegetarians out there, kind of.
I don't know who that
There's-
character is.
Lacto-ovo vegetarians.
Oh, here we go with the categories.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
I'm lacto-ovo.
I'm neuro
I don't-
spicy lacto-ovo vegetarian.
I don't give a shit what you eat or don't eat. I
Hi.
don't care.
I'm a 3-year-old lacto vegetarian, non-neuro spicy democratic libertarian.
Spicy.
You're 3. Yeah, well, I can make choices for myself these days.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm fucking acoustic, so whatever.
Lacto-ovo vegetarians are vegetarians who avoid all animal flesh, but do consume dairy and egg products. Then you have the
Yeah.
lacto vegetarians, vegetarians who avoid animal flesh and eggs, but do consume dairy products. You have ovo-vegetarians, which are vegetarians who avoid all animal products except eggs. Vegans are also considered a vegetarian diet because they just don't eat any animal byproducts, but they're a little bit more involved.
Which sorry to interject again, like one of them.
Oh, you're sorry this time?
Yeah, I'm sorry this time. I had an intellectual conversation with someone who's vegan, and I was like, okay, well, hens produce eggs. They just do, whether or not they're fertilized or not. They just produce eggs. So the eggs we eat are not fertilized. So I get that that's an animal product, but it's also you're not like hurting anything because it's a natural order sort of thing. Like the hen's gonna shit out an egg.
Yeah.
But you're
Whether it's
keeping
fertilized or not.
the hen.
It's just chilling on your property.
Well, if you have your own hen, we had our own chickens growing up. We had eggs, but it's like
Yeah, like if you
You go to
that's
the
what I'm
chicken coop
saying.
and you get
If you
your
have
eggs.
them on a farm and they're like truly free range and they just fuck off all day and then
Oh, then
come
yeah.
back to a coop and hang out and they just like poop.
all
out an egg.
animals eat eggs. That's what I
Yeah, like that's I don't think that would be
If you bought your own chickens,
if you had your own chickens.
have you ever had fertilized eggs though? They're very good.
fertilized eggs?
Mhm.
No, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, you just crack it open when it's fertilized instead of when it's not fertilized.
Yeah, you just have to get it before it's mostly chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
No, they're really good.
Oh, okay.
They're creamy.
I do like creamy eggs. I like good free range egg. And then also that same argument that or not argument, but intellectual conversation that we were having. I was like, well, what about bees? Because bees just make honey, but they don't they're not suffering because of it. It's just something they do. And then we take it and we scrape it and we extract it and then we put the stuff back. And they're like, oh shit, I gotta make more honey. So it doesn't hurt anything. We're not like squeezing the little bees, squeezing honey out of them.
Well,
Like-
thank you for interjecting because I can just skip on to part of veganism. One of their major talking points is to seek an end to the use of animals by man for food, commodities, work, hunting, vivisection, and by all other uses involving exploitation of animal life by man.
Mhm.
So, in the essence of veganism, it is to stop man's exploitation of animals. Now, you could make the argument that we actually do need to take care of the bees, but again, it's because we fucked up the earth so much that the bees are fucked.
I'm not making an argument against that. We do need to take care of the bees because we have no bees, we have nothing. So support your local bee.
But yeah, it's just the veganism down to is saying that humans, by like what we did is we've kind of messed up the natural order, and now veganism is trying to make lifestyle choices that would not do that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I feel you.
You know, whether to say like, well, actually having those chickens on your farm, they'd have a better life compared to being out in the wild. Like, you know, it's you can make some kind of
Yeah.
gray area arguments there.
Yeah. Like if they're in the wild, they'd be stressed because they're like, I gotta survive all the time. But if they're on a farm, they're just like, damn, I got all this room to like be a chicken.
The whole thing with like
Sick.
a good example of that is cows. Like cows don't exist in the wild. They are not. That species is non-existent without us. It's like dogs. They don't exist in the wild.
It's
We
true.
created them.
Mm-hmm.
The black and white cow is not
the dairy cow.
That does not exist in nature. That literally does not exist. That is not a natural species. We created them through hybridization and breeding from the bull, or like, you know, real fucking cows like bulls and steers and I don't know, like real like Highland cows and stuff. We made the dairy cow to be fat, give us a bunch of milk and a bunch of meat.
Yeah.
Or whatever cows we use for meat. I don't know. We literally made those species. Those do not exist without us.
That's crazy.
Same with dogs. Like we bred those species, certain dogs, obviously.
Well, yeah, the dogs came from wolves, and look, we got fucking what the hell is a Pomeranian?
Yeah, there's like 8 wolves, and we made all dogs from those wolves.
Stupid.
Those types of wolves.
Yeah, selective
So
breeding.
then it's like, okay, well, we literally made these animals for our consumption, and if we stopped consuming them and like set them free, they
They
wouldn't
wouldn't
survive.
exist. They would
Like,
die
so-
off immediately.
Yeah, which then you gets into arguments like
we're a little-
PETA,
yeah.
where it's the ethical treatment of animals, and there is no ethical treatment of animals when they're pets. So therefore, it's better to have them killed off. So, like PETA would probably make the argument like, oh well, if the cows aren't meant to be here, then buy cows. Not like purchase a cow, but like
Goodbye,
bye.
cows.
See you later.
So just kill off all
Bang,
the
bang.
cows instead of killing them off and eating them. So
Yeah.
don't make use of their meat.
Yeah,
just let them die.
Waste more. Make a mess.
I don't know. Because there's like
But
a lot of
then
cultures where it's like showing
PETA.
appreciation by consuming. I mean, we don't do that, but
No.
in those cultures, you eat the meat to show appreciation to the gods. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
you eat everything.
So it's like it's just a waste to like. And then what do we do? We wait for like the one cycle where we just like all stop eating meat and then we kill them all off. I don't know.
And then we eat bugs because that's all we have left.
Yeah, I mean that's
Locusts.
kind of the future that we're kind of heading towards.
We will
like,
at some point have to stop eating meat. We can't agriculturally sustain the land we need
Mhm.
to keep these things.
There's too many
going.
people here.
Yeah. So like in a way
So
we're
many
getting
condos.
like to that point, but it's like could we get to that point before it's an economic or not ecological crisis?
No, look at us.
Yeah,
so
well,
that's kind of like what
No.
veganism and vegetarianism. Well, not vegetarianism when it comes to animals and byproducts and stuff, but like veganism. That's kind of what their end goal is to hey, we're exploiting these animals. If cows were never meant to really be a thing, but we created them like that, do we have to really continue to exploit them like that?
I wonder if these same people, say if somebody's like Lisa, say if Lisa's 40 and she's a vegan and she's pushing this and she doesn't do it because she doesn't want to eat meat, she does it for the environment. I wonder if Lisa 10 years ago never turned on a fucking light switch because she also thought it was for the environment. Or did she ever use lights? Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, where is...
And that's also
Because
kinda
we're
like-
all fucked on that now. Our energy crisis is
Yep.
real.
and so that's kind of where
We
I
burn
don't really-
dinosaurs.
like this is where when I feel like vegans can have a lot of hardships in the arguments. It's like, oh, well, you're a vegan, but you have an iPhone. It's like, okay, well, we've created society where I've actually needed this to be able to participate in society. I don't need meat to participate in society.
But you don't need an iPhone to
You don't need
participate.
an iPhone.
You, could,
You need a phone.
you
You
need a
absolutely
phone.
need
Yeah.
a way to
But you
connect to
don't
the
need
internet and
that
like
much
all these
lithium.
things.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're getting this top of the line iPhone thing, it doesn't take away from the fact that you're making an honest choice to help the environment. If every single person made the honest choice of going vegan, it would drastically help the environment.
Bring
I
flip
agree.
phones back.
But also, it's like that same person probably drives too, and then it's like, okay.
Which then you could also make the argument,
Yeah.
well, you look at different societies like
Still
Japan or China that
burning
have
oil.
these different modes that like trains and things that are a lot better for the environment.
Mhm.
But we kind of went this direction that we didn't have to.
Yeah, but they're still made with metal and things that come from the earth that we
feel
have
like
to
every-
refine. So
Every person has their own choice of how we can help the environment or whatever it might be, your reasoning. Like for me in high school, I never drove. I always biked everywhere. And now I can't, obviously.
Well, that's
Fucking
kind of
drive every goddamn
yeah.
day. But like it's just like I feel like everyone makes certain choices for certain reasons. I don't try to buy new clothing if I can help it because I know how much water it takes to make brand new cotton clothing. It's absurd. So for me, that's kind of my thing is like don't buy new clothes. Buy them all used. Everything.
Yeah, and that's your way to be able to help.
But I know, but it's like the whole vegan thing. You don't hear me fucking pushing that on people's throats.
Well, I think
That's like where I kind of lost a lot of like.
yes and no. I think vegan people who are vegan get a bad rap because of that stereotype that they're like, oh, you're vegan, oh, you're like Christians or whatever. It's like, oh, have you heard about Jesus? It's like, have you heard about not eating animal products?
I don't have a
I think-
problem with people who are vegan. It's just I have
I
out
think
of
that's
all
a
the
stereotype, too.
categories of things people push on each other, that shit's been so goddamn rampant in the last few years.
Yeah, but I think it's also
Why?
because it's a stereotype. Like the same with it was fun to make fun of people who do CrossFit. It's because like, how do you know people do CrossFit? They'll tell you they do CrossFit. It's like, how do you know there's a vegan? They'll tell you there's a vegan. It's like, well, yeah, because that's their diet. Like if you're handing somebody a piece of meat and they're like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm vegan. They're like, oh well, you have to tell everybody. It's like, well, yeah, because that's their fucking diet. They're not gonna eat the meat. So they have to tell you. So I don't know why people are. I don't know. I just think they get a bad rap.
Yeah, there's also when we were talking about vegans, it is a huge lifestyle change, especially if you're going to be
Massive.
fully vegan. You
Yeah,
have to
fuck
make
yeah.
sure.
I mean, I tried it. It's just like
Yeah. You have to, you have to look at what you're buying. You can't buy every purse.
look
A
at
lot
every
of the-
goddamn fucking ingredient on the thing.
yeah,
Everything.
which I'll get more into, like some of the ingredients and stuff that they can't have.
This is a good one.
But yeah, it's it's a lifestyle, and that's kind of like the same thing with CrossFit. I feel like a lot of people who don't have this is kind of terrible to say, but who don't have a personality, they kind of make this one thing their whole lifestyle. And so if you their whole personality and this lifestyle becomes so big for them and you are shitting on it or being rude about it, then that can kind of cause friction because, it just gets into their psyche of just oh, well, I mean, am I really doing the right thing? Does it actually really matter? All
Yeah,
these kind
they're
of questions.
fucking pretentious. That's
Yeah.
what happens. That's what pretentiousness is you get so caught up in your own lifestyle because you have nothing else you're interested in. So you think your lifestyle is really important because that's the number one thing in your life that you're choosing to do.
Yeah.
So you
You're
want
not the
everyone to
main
know about
character.
it. Exactly.
You're the main
So
character of
the
your
whole
own life, but according to other
CrossFit,
people,
vegan,
they're the main character.
main character energies because
Yep.
those things have given them a purpose.
Also, if you're a CrossFitter and you're like, yeah, I do shitload of push-ups or pull-ups, and your pull-ups are fucking kips where you swing your body, you look like a fucking fool.
Yeah, we've been over this.
No kipping. You look stupid. Unless you're a gymnast, then you
Yeah.
can kip.
Then you're kind of needing to kip to save energy.
Yeah, but you look like you look like an idiot.
I can do 100 pull-ups. No.
Yeah, no, you can't. You didn't
Watch.
Yeah, you just look like you're.
Are you trying
flailing on
to
a
deep throat the bar?
You're like, do you need
There's a guy in Bellingham Fitness who does that.
kips? Are fucking stupid. Anyway, back to vegans and stuff.
Back to vegetarian. I thought you guys might like this.
Oh yeah.
What do you call a part-time vegetarian?
Partitarian. Unemployed.
What do you call part-time vegetarian?
It is a flexitarian.
Flexitarian.
It's
Well,
flexible
everybody's
and they're vegetarian.
then.
Well, it's people who make an honest effort. Oh, you know what? A couple days out of the week, I'm going to be vegetarian.
I do that. Some days I'm like, I should only eat vegetables today. I'm
What?
flexitarian.
A couple days of the week I'll be a veg. You mean a couple days a week you're not going to eat meat?
Yeah, that's what it
okay.
is.
I mean, yeah, you shouldn't eat meat every day. That should be good. That goes without saying.
Yeah,
You should
but
not
there's,
eat meat
I
every
mean,
day.
the natural American diet is definitely meat, potatoes, not really veggies. So
Look at all the Irish people. They look great. Meat and potatoes. And-
Debatable.
And milk. They're alcoholics. I get it, but look beyond that. We're great. We're proud people.
we've already talked about it. If you eat fish, you're a pescatarian.
Yeah.
Both don't fall under the definition of vegetarian, but they're trying.
Part-time vegetarian. You're not. You're just a person who eats.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just
Sometimes
somebody
you
who
don't have
eats food.
meat. That's funny.
I'm just saying, if you were to ask the average American if they had meat with every meal, the answer is going to be yes.
Every meal.
Yeah.
Meat
Do you
good.
think so? Oh my god.
I mean, not every meal, but a day.
Yeah.
Have meat some
I mean,
time within their day.
yeah.
I haven't had meat today. I've had no meat products all day.
I just had a pizza with meat on it, but not
I-
much.
I had
Yeah, I don't.
none.
I think a lot of days I just have smoothies and salads. And last night I had roasted vegetables for a snack. I don't really eat meat every day.
Yeah, you're a very clean eater, and I'll give you
Try to
praise
be.
on that.
Every time I come over here, I have fast food though because I'm in a rush.
I know it's
but
literally
that's the only night of the week I ever eat something like that.
Yes,
funny.
come to the dark side.
Yes.
So much easier and so much worse for you.
In 2022, 9.7 million Americans were considered vegetarian.
Considered a vegetarian? Did they consider themselves vegetarian, or did other people were like, I'd probably say he's vegetarian?
Yeah, they said, "Hey, your buddy over there, what is he?" And
So 3%
vegetarian.
ish, 2.5, 3.
Something. Isn't that closer to 8 or something? Because we're 320 million, and it's 10. So that'd be 1%.
About 3%.
10%, and then a third. Yeah, okay, you're closer.
I checked out. Numbers started flying. I checked out.
All right, well, let's check back
I gotta
into
go.
vegan.
Numbers.
So, did you know
Numbers.
that vegan is fairly new? vegan
No.
was coined in 1944 by a group of vegetarians who formed the Vegan Society in the United Kingdom.
Why is it all the UK?
The-
Huh.
Well, because we come
I
from
thought it was California.
British.
I think it's because since they're a lot
That's where they landed.
since they're a lot smaller, they can have I guess like varied community in a way.
But they have a huge agricultural presence. The UK.
Maybe
Well, I'm not
maybe
good
that's
at
what made it
geography.
start.
I don't know. I'm just saying, man.
The more agricultural presence, the more anti-agricultural
Yeah,
groups.
because you just see it all the time, and you're like, "Damn, you exploited sheep."
I saw this billboard one time where it was like, it was a meme of a billboard. It said, "Where do you draw the line?" And it was like,
Oh yeah,
it
it has like all the animals.
yeah,
it's
and the
like-
first three were like cow, chicken, and pig, and the rest were like household animals, and the lion
Yeah.
was like in the middle of them. They were like right about there.
Yeah,
I draw it right there.
right there. I don't eat cats.
yeah, like towards the end,
Yeah.
it's like horse and
Yeah,
monkey.
it
and
was
it's
like all like 3 cow, chicken, pig, and then it was like horse, monkey, dog, kitten, and they were like yeah in the middle. Like good job, nice,
About like that.
nice job.
Hey, you asked. That's sort of
Somebody
line
draws
is.
it right after the horse. What?
like in the middle of the horse.
I'm Mongolian. Oh, okay.
I don't like the front half.
I don't like the front half.
Uh,
I would say I don't like the back half. That's
Wait,
what
did I
the-
just say something?
That's where the poo poo
Hey,
come from.
horse, is that right? Oh God.
the idea of veganism has actually been around for centuries. Going as back as far as Pythagoras, the Greek sage may have advocated for an early form of vegetarianism.
Hmm.
I'm going to butcher this.
Yeah, they
Al
eat meat in
Mari,
Mongolia. Okay.
the Arab poet
Arab.
from 970.
Arab. Oh my God.
Arab. You said Arab.
Arab.
Oh my God.
What's the name?
One of
Here,
them
show me.
Arabs.
El Mari. Ma'ari.
Al-Ma'ari.
I can't believe you just said Arab.
Oh my God, a word that I rarely use.
Oh, it's just funny. It's just funny.
Hey, do you want to know how you know someone learned a word by reading it? Listening to me talk.
What do you call people from Italy? Italians.
Well, this person here was one of the earliest known vegans.
Well, no, he was Arab.
Yeah, they don't
We
eat
just went over this.
meat.
Sorry, I mean Arab.
A lot of vegans, a lot of Arabs don't eat meat.
I'm not going to let you live that down.
You shouldn't.
When was this?
Like 30 seconds ago.
When was this case account?
The case.
When was this account?
What was the case of this
When was this
person?
account of this?
973 to 1057, which it just says C in front, which I'm guessing that's common error.
Yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci, the Renaissance artist, 1452 to 1519, was
Renaissance.
repulsed by the slaughter of animals, which I would say is a fact. I feel like the majority of people, if they saw animals having to be slaughtered, they'd be like, I don't want that meal.
Yeah. Well, I think
that's one of like, because I mean, you look at different cultures wherever like, ew, cow's tongue, bull's head, gross, and they're
Bulls,
just like,
balls. They use all of it though.
I watch it die, eat.
Yeah, but that's what Keenan was saying. It's kind of like it's a symbolic thing. Like they're thanking the creature. Yeah, like yes, there are shitty ways that they would dispatch said creature, like, not to get graphic, but like they have like a goat and they're all as a community. People are gonna eat this goat, but they like just let it bleed out. Like that is not cool because it's in pain. But if you dispatch a cow with a bolt gun where it just like immediately they're just gone. They're just dead. Like they're not suffering as much, but the people who should do that don't do that, and the people that do that shouldn't do that. So it's bad all around.
It's a good anecdote. Yeah. Veganism is more about the animals than it is about what you eat. Like we said, it's mostly a lifestyle.
Yeah.
They don't have many cool names for vegans, but they do have levels. And let me show you
I'm a level 20 vegan.
a clip from a little Simpsons.
Sipums?
This is like I feel like one of my first few memories of like The Simpsons that I'm like, this is embedded into my core. So let's see if I can get it right.
Let's see if it works.
The Earth is the best. That's why I'm a vegetarian.
Well, that's a start.
I was thinking of going vegan.
I'm a level 5 vegan. I won't eat anything that casts a shadow.
Wow. I started an organic compost pile at home.
Only at home? You mean you don't pocket mulch?
Oh, it's so
Pocket
decomposed.
Gross.
You don't pocket mulch?
That's a level 5 vegan for you.
That's why all vegans smell like shit. They're pocket mulching. That
That
was a bit. I don't believe that. Don't yell at me, please.
Oh, I'm gonna. Vegans can't have a lot of different things.
Can't
Can't
Oh.
not. Cannot.
can't not or
Can't have.
cannot have.
Cannot have.
Like what, Josh?
Say there's a difference between can't, not, and can't.
Well, I'm sorry you misheard me, Colby.
Double negative means a positive.
Gelatin, honey, carmine,
Carmine.
pepsin,
What the hell's carmine?
shellac, shellac, albumin,
Albumin.
whey, casein, some forms of vitamin D3.
Shellac.
What? Yeah.
Isn't
shellac
that just?
is from bugs? I think.
Well, it's like a keratin casing, right?
Not shellac.
Shellac.
Shellac is like you put it on wood or something to make it shiny. I might be totally wrong of where it comes from.
Shellac is a commercial resin marketed in the form of amber flakes made from the secretions of the lac insect, a tiny scale insect, Laccifer lacca.
Bugs, baby.
I was thinking of something that was started with a C. That was not correct.
But
S-H-E.
shellac.
Wait, so
food.
it's made from bugs.
Food grade shellac can be used in chocolate goods, coffee beans, carbonated drinks, chewing gum, juice drinks, wine, candy, sauce, frozen foods, and jam.
Anything that's like shiny has a shiny coating.
Yeah, it's used as a glaze to coat
Yes.
candies,
The
fruits, and other
lac
foods.
insect.
Shellac.
It's from the lac insect.
Yeah, from the lac insect.
Shell of the lac.
Whey. I said whey in
Ugh.
case.
Told you it was bugs,
Gross.
baby.
That's a.
Let me see
Uh,
it.
Caridae. I was thinking of keratin. That's the fucking thing I was thinking of. Caridae. I didn't know that was a bug though. I thought it was just like a fucking fungus. It looks like a fungus.
Keratin and caridae are different.
I know, but my mind was.
So
thinking-
vitamin D3, I'm like, it's
Yeah, where does that-
vitamin. What the heck? Some forms are derived from wool fat.
Wool fat?
That's what it said. Wool fat. Wool fat.
But wool is just wool.
No, there's like an oily base layer to it. It's gross.
Like the waterproofing? Natural waterproofing
Yeah,
layer?
like the bottom. It's like an oily fat.
fat bottom.
Gross.
It's like in the hair too.
They should use hyaluronic.
I
cleaner.
mean,
Clean your oily face.
like in Aquaphor, they use lanolin, which is
lanolin.
wool oil.
Huh. And it moisturizes.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Ron Burgundy. What is her name? Lanolin? Lanolin? Like the wool? It's from Anchorman.
Also found in 2022.
It'd be funny Halloween fit if we all were like Anchormen.
Ooh, I'd be down.
It's a good idea. Can I
I
be
like that.
Brick?
Oh, I want to be Brick.
I want to be correct.
I want to kill a man.
Okay, we should all do it.
With
yeah.
a trident.
Don't say you can't take dibs right now. Come on.
I'm taking dibs.
Too
It's,
early.
it's on the
I
air.
just
I'm
said it.
Brick. Damn it.
Ah.
I'm going to put mayo in everybody's toasters. And have a hand grenade.
I'll be Paul Rudd. What's his name? Character?
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I think he's just Paul Rudd in that.
No, he is. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, we'll get back to that.
yeah, I call, but I call him his character.
2022, 1.62 million Americans were considered vegan.
1.62
Wow.
million?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like my cousins.
Brian Fantana. Sorry, that's Paul Rudd.
Brian Fantana.
Yeah, Champ Kind, Brian Fantana, Brick Tamland, and Ron Burgundy. There you go.
Nice. So let's talk about Botham.
Both.
Botham.
Both of them or both them?
I said it. Both diets have a low intake of saturated fat and cholesterol. What? They have high amounts of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and healthy plant compounds if you do it right. A bad diet will result in low intakes of iron, calcium, zinc, and vitamin D. Here's just
Yeah.
a few examples of things that they would say that is vegan that isn't good for you. Cookies, french fries, candies, nut-based ice creams, pastas. Basically, lots of carbs and highly processed foods high in sugar or deep fried can really take away a ton of health benefits.
Yeah, you need good fats and stuff.
This is also detrimental for people who eat animal products,
Ah,
but
Well, yeah, that's just bad stuff.
that's just bad stuff.
yeah.
Fast food bad. Oh.
Oh,
I'm vegan. I know this.
you don't say.
Yeah.
I'm vegan. I don't eat that.
Is that why I never poop?
That's
Yes.
There are some people who will try to become vegetarian or vegan, especially vegan, because there's
And they
not
eat
as
French
many
fries.
options. That they'll just start to just eat very poorly. Like they're already eating poorly, but now they're eating worse and not getting some of the nutrients that they were getting from these animal products that they were having.
Wild.
And now they're in a worse spot. And then they'll go back to their ways and just be like, "Nah, it didn't work." It's like, "No, you didn't work."
You don't know
You
how to
didn't-
take
you
care of
didn't do it.
yourself on a basic level.
I'm vegan, but I hate avocados and corn and pears
I hate all fruits and all
and
vegetables.
everything else. Everything that's not a potato
I just
and a
hate
French
starches and I hate fats and proteins.
fry. Are French fries vegan? Oh my god. Yes, but
In
You'll-
most places.
you'll be shitty looking.
Oh my god, they use vegetable oil.
Oh my god, vegetable. Hey, beer's vegan. Beer's is it's a smoothie. Technically speaking.
A very watered down smoothie.
Yeah, or like a tea, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's
but
probably more tea-like.
beer is a tea. Beer is vegetarian. vegan.
Woo! I love you.
This is so good. This is beer is old tea.
Would you like some? Would you like a cup of tea? Oh, thank you. And you just pour it. And it's just like
This is beer.
Hey,
you having this at work.
what kind of cheese do you guys have on tap?
I when I go to work, I have tea every morning.
No, officer. This is tea.
This is tea. I drink tea.
Old tea, he said.
Both diets are limited in their vitamin B12 and long chain omega-3 fatty acids.
Because there's
You
no
gotta have those
fats.
long chain omega-3 fatty acids.
And you have to eat. You have to have them, really.
you have to balance of everything.
See, that's the only reason why I wouldn't be vegetarian or vegan is because I'd be missing out on those long chain omega-3 fatty acids.
You know what's actually, but you know what you can do is, it's like I used to take flaxseed oil, which has very high amount of omega-3 long chain fatty acid in it. So they're all alternatives, and you can put flax seeds in your smoothies and chia seeds. And
Yeah, there's definitely ways to
Seeds are the
supplement it
shit.
naturally
hemp
within your
hearts.
diet.
I eat hemp hearts every day in my smoothie. That's a good way to have omega-3s.
I'd have thought this is remarkable.
Oh boy.
If somebody is vegan and they forage their own food, which is great, good idea. You could do that. And you eat berries. That berry plant, tree, whatever, has probably been shit by a bird who ate berries from another place and then pooped them, and then they landed and grew there. So, animal product. Get fucked.
Couldn't you make the argument for like fertilizer in general then?
Yeah, but I didn't think about that.
I
thought
think
about birds
I
pooping
think
in
the main
forest.
thing is about the exploitation of the animal by man. So
Yeah.
since the bird isn't exploited by man to shit out that
What is a
berry,
pet bird?
They're all God's pets, these animals.
So, God is super exploitive.
he loves his birds.
Exploitative?
Exploitative.
Yeah, exploitative. Yeah. So if you're just having a hard time getting, I mean, this is just for anyone in general. Like if you have a hard time getting the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you need, then you can take some supplements to help you out. Granted, you should probably try and do it as naturally as possible.
And you should check to see exactly what supplements you need.
Yes, because if you try just a random thing without really talking with a healthcare professional, you might be a little off.
Get your labs done. Get your blood drawn. Find out what you need. Find out what you got too much of. Find out what you're lacking.
70% of U.S. adults are deficient in magnesium. Go buy some magnesium.
I have magnesium.
I started taking some, and now my toilet bowl is black.
Yeah. Also,
You need to
rubbing
clean it
magnesium-
and flush it every once in a while.
Why would you?
Why would it be?
Oh my god.
Rubbing it on your skin absorbs much better than
Magnesium?
taking it orally. Yes.
Take magnesium citrate. Two big ass pills.
Yeah, I do too.
Why are they so big?
I have a big cat.
I don't know.
Because
Like-
magnesium, you need a lot of magnesium. That's
I
why
know,
we're
but
on.
it's like fucking like.
Yeah,
I'll
mine are
take
big
a
too.
lot of smaller pills, but
But it's more efficient to rub it into your skin. You take that little spray, or you
yeah,
can-
you know what's better?
Magnesium spray.
Put it in your eyes. You don't see me
magnesium
doing
eye
it.
drops.
I feel like that
It's
might be
just the
bad.
powder, the pills. You're like,
So yeah, my shower is bleach and magnesium.
it's good for you. Although, be careful of people. There's fuzz in my face. Be careful of people who are like on TikTok and shit that are like, your body needs like iodine and shit. Like, no, don't listen to people on the internet. Go to your healthcare professional. Get your blood drawn.
Oh, wow, the
they will
internet.
take care. Fuck the internet. I know. Besides us, we are telling you to go to your healthcare professional. That's what you need to do. Go to your healthcare professional. If you're curious about what's in your body, healthcare professional.
One time I was blacking out over and over twice a week.
Did you go to your healthcare
Yeah,
professional?
and they said, "Wow, you are horribly deficient in iron."
Hey, that's the opposite of me. I have way too much.
Iron Man, non-Iron Man.
Yeah. Normal.
Popeye and Sloppy Boy.
This is I love bragging about this. Normal ferritin count, which is your iron count in your blood, is like 0 to 50 somewhere. Well, not 0. It's like 20 to 50, I think.
Yeah, 0.
0. It's like 20 to 50. That's like at normal. It's a big range. I had 800.
Mine was like 20.
8 times the max.
Yeah, I had all of it. I had everybody's iron. It was in me. Probably still is too.
Whenever he moved, he was like,
Why don't you just bleed yourself out every once in a while?
he did.
Yeah, I did.
No, why don't you just do it yourself?
He does.
Well, yeah, like anytime I hurt myself, I'm just like, let me bleed.
Let it happen.
They will cut your thumb. Oh, I almost cut my thumb off yesterday. I was cutting those roasted vegetables I was talking about,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, this is a big chef knife, and I was like, oh, and I barely moved my thumb out of the way and just nicked it.
Oh,
The dangers of veganism.
it must
Yeah,
be stopped.
don't smoke weed before you cut things.
Also
Yeah.
have sharp knives because dull knives are more dangerous than sharp knives.
Yeah, it went right through. I didn't even feel it. I still don't feel it. It was so sharp.
Yep.
It's great.
Nice. Let's see. Some studies have shown a slightly lower risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and various types of cancers
Diabetes.
comparing a vegan diet to a vegetarian diet. But these have been observational studies, so it's impossible to know exactly what in the diet is causing this difference.
Sorry, just gotta
Probably
chill.
healthy oils and stuff. The Mediterranean diet has been shown, which is similar to the paleo, to be the most healthy diet on
Yes.
planet Earth.
Yeah, that's
Many
what
times in a
I
row.
keep seeing.
Yep, that's how I eat. Try to mostly eat.
I once worked with a guy who's
Oh,
like,
my name's Keenan.
I'm
I
on
want
the-
to live forever. Oh, I fucking love it
fucking
here.
loser.
Oh, I'm
The-
not.
I worked with a guy who was quote unquote on the Mediterranean diet. He's the fattest, most unhealthy person I've ever seen.
It's not even like a diet. It's just whole foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole foods diet is what you should be on.
It's just diet.
the unprocessed.
It's just like,
foods.
hey, how
Yeah.
many ingredients are that? The food, the
Yeah.
item. That's it.
What's in there?
The pepper. This is a pepper.
Salt, peanut, meat.
And a lot of it's like they stay away from red meats too much, but they still eat red meat because you still eat red meat.
Yeah.
But it's just not so often. Eat fish as your main protein. Eat full vegetables. Eat healthy fats, avocados, omega 3s.
Take some,
olive oil,
get some broccoli.
tilapia.
Fucking put some salt, pepper on that shit. Olive oil.
Don't use
and-
canola oil.
Don't use canola oil. It
That
tastes
has omega
gross, too.
6s.
Olive oil, avocado oil, whatever. Put that in the oven. Roast that shit up. You get crunchy little bits on there. God damn.
Yeah, I think
good
I forgot. I used to know all this shit. The ideal ratio of omega 3 to 6s is like 2 to 1 in your brain. But I think in the U.S. it's more like 2 to 2. We have so many omega 6s in our brain, which is so bad.
Yeah, that's about what I have on vegans and vegetarianism. I'm done defending vegans and talking about them. They have enough protein in their diets to help themselves.
Chickpeas, baby.
Where
What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
One doesn't.
I've never had a garbanzo bean on my face.
Sorry, everyone that listened. I just coughed in the mic.
All right, what's up with your thing?
All right, you ready for some shit that's I could bore the fuck out of you with?
Let's get fucking metal.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna get metal here. So I'm
Trogdor! Go on.
Trogdor the Barbarian. No, Trogdor the Burninator. That's what he is. Anyway, so I'm talking about metal manipulation, whether it be machining, like specifically CNC machining, which I'll
Or
get into,
Magneto.
or Magneto, who has the power to control Earth's magnetic fields, or casting, which is
They're casting for Magneto?
they are, yeah.
I could do it.
No, I already called Michael Fassbender. He did so good last time. Fuck.
Sit on this black
He's
couch.
old. He's like 43 or something.
Sit on this black couch. Nope, nope,
Nope.
nope.
Nope. I'm leaving.
Excuse me. No, I'm a small white woman. I'm not going to do that.
You should have gone to White
No,
Couch.
thank
huh?
So what the hell is machining? So
Machining.
Oh God, it's
Quickly out
it's
of box,
boring,
they're
but I gotta like
machining.
make this not. Machining is a manufacturing process where the desired shape of whatever you're trying to make is created by removing material from a larger piece. It is used for making finished products and raw material processing. Machining processes are known as subtractive manufacturing processes. Complex parts often require the use of multiple machining processes in conjunction with each other. So, what does that mean? Machining is not a recent manufacturing process. Early machining tools went as far back as 1200 BC. Now, machining is like a broad term. Once I got into this, I specifically want to talk about CNC machining, which is like you get a $200,000 machine that goes and spins a thing and turns a block of metal into a thing, like a part.
Shredded metal.
Shredded metal, yeah, bunch of chips and shit. But machining, like you could argue that anything that is manufactured commercially has been machined because they use a machine to make it. So mic stands, that computer, the glasses probably because they were commercially made, the table, carpeting, like fucking anything that was made commercially, this machining process. But I want to talk about CNC machining because that shit is cool. You guys ever looked up CNC machining? It's a giant big ass thing with a drill bit on the end that goes
I have looked that up.
and removes metal from a block.
I have not. What is CNC?
CNC, I have that somewhere in here.
Oh, I thought it would be more up at the top.
Definitely not.
Oops.
Yep. Sorry, I had a phone call from somebody. So there's different types of machining, which I'll get into. Milling is using high-speed rotary cutting tools. The workpiece materials are kept stationary. So like you lock down a block of metal, and then the tool that is used to remove the metal is in a machine connected. Kind of like chips away at it.
Yeah, milling Bobby Brown.
The shape of the cutting tool can vary based on the requirement. So, milling Bobby Brown. Nice. Some common examples are end mills, face mills, and thread mills. Applications of milling.
You shake your own head yourself.
You're like, that's so dumb. Milling machines are commonly used for manufacturing gears, making grooves and slots, or also like giant screws and bolts and shit. Making grooves and slots on a workpiece is also done with milling tools. Niche milling tools are used for applications such as keyholes, that kind of thing. The next is boring. It's actually called boring. Boring tools are used to expand holes in a workpiece. So if you're making a engine, like a engine block, the basic, the guts of your engine is a giant block. That is cast metal, which I will get to. Or billet aluminum if you're high performance, but like fuck that. We're gonna talk about casting. The engine in your car, they pour molten metal into a mold of an engine. So that's not precise. That's not gonna give you the exact tolerances you need for the cylinders and the all that kind of shit. So what they do is they do a thing called boring, which is they measure out to the thousandths of an inch what the diameter of said hole needs to be, and they will use a tool that goes inside the hole and cuts away the amount of material needed to make a perfectly circle hole or perfectly bored hole to whatever diameter your product is requiring. You can also overbore things to make more power and make a bigger engine. Like some people have 250cc dirt bikes that they will bore out to a 300. That's just, you just make the hole bigger and then put bigger stuff in it, and then you get bigger power. That's so basic, but that's what it is. Or like anything that has a shaft or gun barrels, that's boring.
Yes.
Yeah, boring tools are often used to increase the accuracy of already drilled holes. So drilling too, you could just like drill a raw hole, but then you're like, okay, I need this to be absolutely perfect. Oil passageways and shit like that. There's broaching. Broaching uses toothed cutting tools for removing material from a workpiece. There are two variations of the broaching process, linear and rotary. Linear broaching is more common of these two basic types. A broaching machine is often just shortened to be calling broach or a broach. Common application of broaches is for making gears and splines. Broach is also used for making keyholes, bearing caps, cylinder blocks, machining, that kind of shit. Drilling. Do you guys ever drilled before? Use a drill?
I love drilling.
Okay.
I actually got a drill for Christmas.
There you go. It's a type of machining. Drilling tools are the most common types of machining equipment. The purpose of drilling is to make holes in raw material or finished workpieces. Drilling tools create holes of smaller diameter, unlike boring tools, which is usually used for a larger diameter thing. Like, I mean, you can have a big ass drill bit, but it's not likely that you're gonna have that. It's kind of stupid. You're boring. Drilling can be a part of CNC machining or done manually. Even handheld drills are available for small-scale workshops and independent professionals. So if you've used a drill to do anything, that is a type of machining. Most common application...
Hold on, honey, I'm machining.
I'm machining. Yeah, so if you're working...
You're making a rocking horse. I'm machining.
Yeah, if you're working in the garage and like drilling holes and shit, you can say, I'm a machinist. Hold on, don't come in here, I'm machining. You need proper PPE. Most common application of drilling tools is to make screw holes, like through a piece of metal or something that you put a thing through and then attach to a thing on the other side of the game, you know.
One time my dad, when I was like 5, was drilling giant boring holes into the concrete pad outside to make the sunroom.
Yep, that's another thing.
And then I was like, "How, Dad? What's that?" And I touched the drill, and my hand fell off. Like my whole like skin disappeared.
Oh, I was
My-
like, your help.
No, my
That's
finger,
fake?
like all the skin was just gone.
Jesus.
I remember it was
Because
just,
it like cut it off, or
no, it was so hot that my skin.
Oh, just like,
Yeah, because it was
just completely like melted off all my
Yeah,
skin on my
that makes
hand when I
sense.
was like 5, and I don't know how I have all my fucking print.
well, because you were 5.
Well,
You
yeah,
lost
your
it.
your baby hand fell off, and then you had your adult hand come in.
So the yeah. Like some Deadpool shit.
Grinding is another very common machining process. This uses abrasive wheels or material to remove small amounts of material from a workpiece. Grinding tools cannot create significant... Sorry, just be more on the microphone. Grinding tools cannot create significant changes to workpiece shapes. However, they can improve the surface finish of the workpiece. So grinding also enhances the accuracy of the workpiece for secondary assembly. So if you cast something, which again is having a mold of a piece of metal or plastic or whatever that you want to make, pour the shit in there. It's going to be very rough because, I mean, not every cast is going to be perfect, and there's going to be imperfections. There's going to be spillage into the mold itself. So when you take the mold apart, you'll have the piece, but you'll have like little wings on it, which is like metal that's kind of gone through into different passageways and shit. So you would use grinding to clean that off and make the surface smooth. Or if you're welding, you weld the seam of two things, and then you would grind off the top of the weld so that that weld would be invisible. So it's all seamless, one shiny, mirrored, polished thing. Grinding is also used to, like they said, make something, make the tolerance of something dead on. Like, so you have an engine block that you say you blew your head gaskets. Your engine block's probably warped. You take the head off and you have the block and you put a ruler or a straight edge on your block. It's going to be off center, but you can't see it. Like you look at it and you're like, that fucking thing's straight, but it's not. So you would use grinding or machining in a machining shop to grind said surface of your, I know this is really boring, grind said surface
No, this is grinding.
of whatever you, nice, of you have to be, everything is going to be the same. Everything is going to be the same tolerance.
That was funny.
So when you put the flat edge back on there or straight edge back on there, there's no rocking in the straight edge. It is dead nuts what it says. Machining, you can use that for, like I said, blocks. You can do that. A lot of automotive stuff. You can resurface a flywheel. So if you have a car that has a manual, there's a clutch plate and a flywheel. They mesh together. If you put a new clutch plate in there, new clutch pack, and use the old flywheel, because of the heat and the grooving that is created through all that shit turning. Fuck, I'm boring myself. Jesus Christ. Your surface is going to be not flat. So you want a dead flat surface with new material to wear evenly. Because if you don't have that, then you'll probably run into the same problem quicker, like than why you replaced your clutch. You're like, oh, it wore out really quick. Well, now it's going to wear out quicker because it's still an old piece of metal that is rubbing against. Same with disc brakes and shit like that. So it's used to either refresh a surface, start over from dead set, like same boring, that kind of stuff, or just to get it in the first place to the proper measurement that it needs to be. Turning uses a stationary cutting tool against a high-speed rotating workpiece. So think of lathes.
I love watching videos of machining with that.
Lathe videos are so cool. I love fucking lathe videos. Oh my god! So they make automotive parts, engine shafts, different components that have to be cylindrical, as in even. It can create helical grooves, tapers, contours, and steps of varying diameters. Reaming uses multi-edge cutting tools to enlarge previously drilled holes. So it's akin to boring, but reaming just kind of removes the, like if you drill a hole into something, you're going to have a bunch of like flakes and shit on the outside. It's not going to be, if you run your finger over it, you'll feel snags. Reaming just like removes all those snags, so it's an even hole on top.
Because I mean, like people talk about how you get like reamed at work.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's like getting rid of the snags.
Yeah, in a different area. Planing. So to get any piece of wood nowadays has to be flat. You get like a fucking 2x4 from a tree. It's probably going to be a little bit cockeyed and wonky and whatnot, but if you're a master craftsman, you can't build something with a wonky piece of wood. So you would plane it. So on every side, it is dead square. You have 90 degrees on every side, every angle. That's planing. Same as grinding, essentially, just making a surface dead flat all the way across. Sawing, if you've used a saw, that is the type of machining. It's just, yeah. Although my favorite, and this is the last one I'm going to talk about because they're kind of fucking boring, is use water jets.
Yes.
Water jets are sick. So it's a machine that has a big base, and you place whatever you want to cut into, and it's like a giant hose that uses 50,000 psi of water plus some sort of they have a word for it. It's like a sandy material, but it's not quite sand. But it's an abrasive material that they mix in with the water, and that 50,000 psi can like cut through fucking granite and like anything. Obsidian,
is it silica they use?
Yeah, it's some sort of silica. So it's like kind of it feels sandy, but they're all like uniform, and like silica beads or whatever they're small enough so they can pass through all the chambers of the fucking hose that goes shoot the water, because you don't want any blockages. But yeah, you use water jets. You can cut metal, you cut wood, like fucking anything you could think of. You can cut it with a water jet.
A question.
Yeah, what's up?
What came first, the machine or the cast?
Casting.
How'd they make the cast without a machine?
Because there's a type of casting called sand casting, where you take a
I think
block.
it's called sandcastling.
Get out.
I'm trying.
So I know I'm trying to hurry this up. So sand casting is you take a box, fill it with sand, pack that sand down really, really good, and then you would take something like if you're trying to create a ring or a cup or an ingot.
Oh yeah.
You would carve out the shape of whatever you're trying to make into that sand, so that there is a negative of the item that you're going to create, and then you would pour molten metal into that negative.
So sand was the first cast.
Sand was used as a first cast, yeah.
So
And
did they actually use it to make machines? That's how they first started doing it?
they used it to make like bronze, like in the Bronze Age, they used that kind of casting to use metal, as in like, what is the word I'm thinking of? Weapons, swords,
So, yeah, they
and
did.
they used cast to make like fucking bolts for carts and shit. So like the earliest usage of metals was probably casting. Now you could argue and say that they used machining alongside it, because if you cast something, you still have to remove the kind of imperfection of the material. So
like sanding it down or something.
yes, so like exactly grinding it down. If you cast something, you still have to grind it down to make it perfect. So you can argue that they're kind of the same thing depending on like what you say machining is. Now, if you're comparing CNC machining and casting came way first because CNC machining is using
Like laser etching and shit, right?
no. So CNC is, I can't remember the name for it. It's fucking hard to find. If you could look that up, please. You use computer programs and use a CAD software, so computer automated draft software.
Assisted.
Computer assisted draft, yeah.
Keep talking.
Well,
Computer numerical control.
Computer numerical control, yes. So you go boop, boop, boop on a computer and you 3D make an image of the metal object or plastic object that you want to make, and then a robot, which is the CNC machine, will perfectly cut that out of a piece of metal.
With a laser or with a saw?
It could be any different thing. You can use lasers. It can be drill bits. It can be
Depending on if you're boring or grinding or planing.
yeah,
or
essentially, like there's like the nicest CNC machines have different chucks, and so it's like this arm will come down, and they'll have a plate of like all these different tools, like drill bits and planers and all grinding kind of shit, and it will come down and like automatically select the proper bit or whatever, and use that to remove like a whole bunch of material, and then they'll get a more finer drill bit or cutting tool to remove less material or to get more like, you know, tiny little, if you're trying to get in there real nice and you know what I mean? They'll use a finer thing. So laser is cool because they use fucking light to cut metal, which is like, excuse me. But that shit's really cool. But I just like water jets more. They're cool because you're spraying
what
water
is
at
aluminum
something.
billet?
Aluminum billet is a giant chunk of aluminum. So if you had a brick of aluminum, that is an aluminum billet.
Okay.
So it just means like chunk of whatever you're using.
Yeah, it's like that song. Loaded God complex aluminum billet.
Oh my god.
What?
Stop going in and going down. An aluminum billet.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Aluminum billet.
Oh, it's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle.
I'm all about the aluminum
I'm a
billet.
machinist now, Mom. You don't
I'm a
get it.
machinist. You don't understand. So casting, too, like I said, is taking...
Cast iron.
Yes,
Is that where it
cast
came from?
iron.
Cast iron.
Does, yes, a cast aluminum block, a cast steel block. There's a lot of shit you can pour. Excuse me. You can pour liquid plastic into a mold, which is basically
pee in the
you can
mold.
pee into it. So you would take a mold of something like a hand, and then God, I had to burp. And then you would put that inside of silicone, so that would create the negative of your hand. So you pull your hand out of the silicone, and when it's dry, and it's like you have a hand inside of silicone. You have the outside diameter of every part of your hand.
Yeah.
Then you would pour, let's say, gelatin. Let's just use that as an example. You would pour gelatin into that silicone mold. That would be a gelatin cast of your hand. So it is just making a replica of something using a new material poured into negatives of whatever you're trying to cast. You can use it with glass. You can use glass casting. They use hot glass. They just pour it into a thing. Like that's how they make all these glasses the same exact thing. Just hot ass glass.
Hot ass glass.
Hot ass glass. Pour it in a thing. Pour it in a thing, and then there you go. There you go. You get your shit. Now the cutting tools can be different because like aluminum is soft, bronze is soft, copper is pretty soft. But you can also mill titanium, which is really fucking hard. And so you need
Like diamond.
yeah, diamond tipped things. It's like something carbide, silicon carbide, or like some sort of alloy that is harder than is mixed metal. Alloy is mixed metal that creates a material that is harder than titanium. So you have to cut the material you're cutting with something that is harder than the material you're cutting. Otherwise, obviously, it won't work. You can't cut a piece of wood with a tissue.
So there's a
Doesn't make
material
sense.
out there that we couldn't cut into a shape because it's the hardest.
You probably just toss it on a water jet and it'd be all right.
Yeah, you can actually. That's how they cut diamond with water.
Water jets, yeah.
So
Because it's not actually cutting, it's just like abrasing. It's an abrasive. It's just removing material.
it's kind of crazy that the fluid is the most capable at cutting
Well,
solid.
Look at canyons and
Yeah.
fucking rocks and shit.
Incompressible fluid.
Incompressible,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's cool.
Sort of incompressible.
No, it's entirely incompressible.
Well, hydraulic fluid is entirely incompressible. That would be better, but you're not going to shoot thick-ass hydraulic fluid through it. Anyway, also super caustic. But if you're milling these metals, if you're machining these metals, it can create, creates a shitload of chips. So it has to be a contained unit. Because, like, you can't just, you can have a lathe and, like, remove, if you're seeing wood on a lathe that sprays wood chips everywhere. Little bits. You can do that with metal, but you're going to have fucking metal chips everywhere. If you drill into metal, you get shavings. So if you're removing a whole bunch of metal with a machine, you're going to have a shitload of chips, and you have to recycle those. But with the water jet, or excuse me, and I'm not done that, it'll create a bunch of, like, chemicals. You use chemicals, and it's not, you don't want to, like, breathe all that shit. If you're milling plastic, it creates caustic fumes in shit. Also takes a shitload of energy to create that, and you need a huge, like, computer system and blah, 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 lots of money. Water jetting, though, is a hose that shoots water at stuff, and then it cuts shapes. Now you got to machine that shape to be a little bit better, but it's just using water. And usually they recycle that water that they're shooting into. So it's like a hose on a stick that shoots into a giant water basin that's just kind of recirculating, filtering out that sediment and recirculating the water through. So it's just water.
Damn.
And then they filter it, like reuse it or put it in where, I don't know, back in the sewer, but it's all filtered. So
All right, so
yeah.
drink Modelo, go vegan.
Yep.
Water jet.
Water jets. I would look up water jetting, and probably a lot of this stuff, you guys are like, what the fuck does any of that mean? Look up the Titans of CNC YouTube channel. They have, like, shorts and stuff. Shout out to them. I like their videos because they just show, like, they'll be like, we have this giant ass block of steel. Can we mill it? Or, like, and you have to shave away pieces of metal, like, very, very slowly, because you can't just, like, cut, like, a foot of material off. It'll break your bit, whatever it is. So they're like, how far can we machine something with different bits? And, like, how strong are these bits? And what are these bits used for? So it's just, I don't know. I find it interesting that we can take a piece of metal and make something, like, super fine and, like, it geometrically perfect for the thing you need. Like, you would not have airplanes if you didn't have machining. Like, the technology that we have in airplanes, things have to be machined perfectly.
Well, yeah.
You can use casting, but you end up like Boeing.
Yikes.
I was trying to find a way to shoehorn that in.
But yeah, how can we throw Boeing under the bus? Yeah, machining's cool.
You don't have to. They'll crash anyway.
That's true.
You can just say that they're a whistleblower
Doot, doot.
to throw them under the bus.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I was like, how do we, but never mind. So yeah, everything is machined. Everything that you have. Look around if you're sitting there in your car. Cars got machined parts. Your shoes are machined. These shoes are just foam. That was casting. And then they machined it by removing the excess rubber all the way around. Casting and machining makes the world go round. It's good stuff. Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I see what you're doing there, Josh. No, this is way cooler than Bert Kreischer, who claims he is the machine. No, Bert Kreischer, no. No. I'm going to stop talking about that because it's kind of boring. So,
I'll talk about something that's not boring or planing or other machine words.
yeah, sawing, drilling,
Computer
Numerical.
right.
Control.
Computer assistant drafting. Yep. Computer drawings. What are you trying to?
The no-name trivia game.
Oh wow, that's not boring.
No. What is boring is the fact that our friends here, they play the same song every time.
You know, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, it is kind of boring because it's the same thing over and over. But it's insane to think that, like, we barely feed them. I don't know if they ever go outside to pee. We don't really allow them to do that. But somehow they can play the exact same thing every time. That's what's always exciting to me.
It's truly remarkable what the human spirit can accomplish.
Mm-hmm. Also, by the way, your guys' instruments and shit, machined.
Machine.
Just saying.
Except for the flute. That was casted.
Well, it's actually just a piece of wood. It doesn't have any holes in it, though.
It's just a drumstick.
He thinks he's playing it, but no, you're doing great, bud. You're doing a good job. Just
we said nothing.
keep blowing that toot and that fluting. Yep.
Well, get fluting now.
I like this music because it makes me think of the fact that I'm a winner.
No, that's the claps.
I don't have the clap.
Not yet. So,
Why? What's up?
no name trivia game. I am the host. I am going to ask y'all 10 questions.
That's us. Keenan.
Once you have the answer, you
Oh,
will
shit.
raise
That's me.
your hand up. If you get the answer correct, you'll hear this noise. If you get the answer wrong, you'll hear this noise.
We should change that so it's just a recording of us making those. And
Yeah, and you know, if you are just really far off and nowhere close, then you might hear this.
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Commercial. Fuck
So-
you, commercial.
Yep, this is again. Well, I was gonna say this is again how I usually do it, which is semi-Jeopardy based, but they didn't have categories. This is just general knowledge. Hey, guess what? Trivia.
Do we have to answer in Jeopardy?
No.
Oh.
Why?
One time.
Never-
I lost because of
God.
that.
Yeah, that was the one reason why that. Yeah,
If anybody wants to hang out with me and watch Jeopardy, I'm down.
I'm down to watch Jeopardy.
No, you're not. You get not disrespected.
Jeopardy.
Disrespected. You guys want to
Okay.
hang out and
Do
watch
it back,
Jeopardy?
man.
Give
Do
it
it
back.
back me.
Or
Anyways, I don't have to finish the question. You can just raise your hand. But if you raise your hand, you only got like 3 or 4 seconds to answer.
this is a bad episode. We're going over. We got Arabs and didn't pay me.
Cully,
sorry.
I think the word is Arab. You uncultured swine.
I wouldn't know. You said it wrong. See, I'm never gonna let that go.
Don't call him a swine. I'm vegan.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Also, that's bad for Arab
You
people. They don't really
uncultured
pork.
horse.
Carrot.
You uncultured carrot.
I like that.
What are you? Probably one of them white carrots, huh? Or worse, a yellow carrot.
You've probably never seen a purple carrot, have you?
How dare you take that back? Anyway, back to the beep, beep, beep.
Yep.
What do you got?
So, first question.
Ah,
Oh, fuck.
Which 90s basketball legend has his own signature sneaker? Keenan.
Michael Jordan.
Correct.
for a second, I was like, oh, Mark Ruffalo.
Second question. What is the collective noun for a group of lions? Ooh, Keenan barely.
A pride.
Fuck.
We were just talking about
No,
pride.
that's for the LGBTQ.
Oh yeah.
See?
What's a?
You can't take it from lions. God damn it.
That's true.
What is considered the first flag of Mexico?
What is
Yes.
like the name of it?
Yes.
The name
Excuse-
of the first flag
What
of
do you
Mexico?
call a group of lions?
What's the name of
the
the first flag of? They've had multiple.
Yeah. Cully.
Is it the Spanish flag?
You know, you just get that. One.
All right. That's,
All right, chance for a steal.
The first flag of Mexico.
Yes.
The name of it.
I say flag in Spanish.
Is it a? Is it like this?
Earl.
I don't even know where to start.
Can
Well, we could just go on and say the answer.
Yeah, I don't know what the
can
fuck.
you hit fuck you for that question?
All right, that question.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I have no idea where to start.
Yeah.
with
I
it.
don't-
The answer I was looking for is the Virgin of Guadalupe flag.
Yeah, but
The Virgin of Guadalupe.
Flag.
I've never a billion years.
yeah, same.
All right.
I could have died 1,000 times.
Virgin Guadalupe.
Of course, I learned about that in my Mexican history class.
that Thursday.
Yes, over Modelo. and
Fuck
yes.
you.
Fuck you.
I think you actually do learn it in Spanish. Next question.
Oh.
What is both a country and a state in the USA? Keenan.
Georgia.
That's 3-0.
Fuck. This is it.
Next question. What is the
Oh,
chemical
man.
symbol for gold? Keenan.
AU.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
4-0.
Oh shit.
Get sweaty, boy.
Oh shit. Oh man. I was sweaty before we started. Oh god.
Next question.
Panicking.
Oh shit.
That was a feel.
Name 2 Scandinavian countries.
Oh.
Oh, Cully just barely.
Sweden and Norway. Yes. I'm on the board, baby.
On the board. 4-1.
Oh shit.
Those are the 2 I was going to name. I feel like that makes
We
sense.
could also do Finland.
Next question.
True.
What does SOS stand for? Ooh, I think Cully just barely.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I just want to raise my
3,
hand. I don't know. I
2,
panicked.
1.
Sauce.
Somebody owes somebody.
Fuck you.
All right, Keenan, chance for a steal.
Somebody owes somebody.
Really?
What?
I'm looking for Save Our Souls.
It's somebody owes somebody. Is it not?
It's apparently Save Our Souls.
That's
Apparently
confusing.
Save Our
I
Souls.
literally
Idiot.
always thought it was.
Someone, oh, someone,
That's
please.
what I learned in my boating class.
I am lost at sea. Someone, oh, someone.
That's what I learned in my boating class. They said it stands for someone owes somebody. Or somebody owes some.
Maybe
Huh.
that's more like the olden, and then more recent. They've changed it to Save Our Souls.
Sounds like
'cause-
the opposite.
Save Our
Well,
Skins.
I don't know. That's crazy.
Wow.
All right. What's even crazier is this next question.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Which war was finished by signing the Treaty of Versailles?
The what?
Treaty of
War?
Versailles. Which war? Cully.
Is that World War One?
Oh, I was like, is it 2 or 1? 2 or 1. Fuck.
Yeah, I was like Versailles, but they didn't.
It's France.
Yeah, that's World War. That's one.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, was France 1 or 2? Fuck.
If I am correct, that is 4-2. Oh, 5. Yeah, 4-2.
4-2. Oh, fuck.
Who wrote the song Imagine? Keenan.
John Lennon.
Oh. No, it's the Beatles. he was
All right.
he was the Goliath Beetle.
5-2.
I hate this game.
Mount Kilimanjaro is located on which continent? Oh, Cully just barely.
Africa. Acrifa.
That is the last question.
Yeah, finally.
I'm never doing this podcast again.
Finally. Dethroned.
Oh, hey.
Dethroned.
Oh,
I
I
remember.
remember when
remember-
Cully used to lose.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when you used to win. So
Oh
long
my
ago now.
god. You know what's
You know what-
bullshit is because now I have to do the quiz.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I won so much.
Is Kilimanjaro in Ethiopia?
That's in Africa, bro.
I know, but because I thought it was going to be which country, so I was like, I want to know.
Oh.
That's a good question. I actually don't know. I don't know
It's
where.
in Killa.
It's in the man.
It's
and
in the
It's
Minjaro.
in our Jaros.
It's in our Jaros. It's not in my Jaros.
Yeah, you know what, Keenan? You get a John Cena.
And his name is John C.
Oh, it's in Tanzania.
Congratulations.
So I would have got that wrong.
We have a new champion.
Dethroned.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was getting tired of winning. I'm so good all the time. So.
Every one of them was pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah,
Second little
fuck,
hand
man.
raises.
No, you got me with that
Jeez.
4 lead right off the bat. I was like, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
It's hard to come back.
Yeah.
You almost did it, though.
It's time for me to retire. I've been winning this game long enough. Half of them I don't understand what your question is anymore. I can't hear you.
God fucking do it.
What?
This guy's shaking. He's so into his
Yeah, when I get into a character, I go full character.
personalities. Yeah.
God, he's fucking parking in his son right now.
Parking in his son. Yeah. What? I'm not shaking. You're shaking.
Quit moving.
I had an earthquake. I
Yeah.
see.
Is there an earthquake?
Yes, Grandpa. There's always an earthquake.
Last time I was in
What?
the earthquake was.
Who are you? Where am I? It's time to put Grandpa to bed.
Yes.
There's
Speaking
nobody gonna stop this.
Come closely. Listen. Don't go into the basement.
That's where our Grandpa's hookers are. Yeah, it's just Grandma.
Thank you for listening to this episode of What's the Div?
She's doing jazzercise.
Next week, we'll be discussing
Grandma's dead, Grandpa.
Or is it Tybo?
animation versus live action,
The sweaty buff man. She likes that one.
space exploration versus ocean exploration,
Sometimes I watch from the closet.
She doesn't know.
and audiobook versus physical book.
She's never caught me.
But
I have an
I've
opinion on
got
something we've
her.
already discussed. Want to hear one of your topics debated?
Do ya?
Yeah, do you? Do
Do ya, punk?
You can connect with us at what'sthediff.net.
That's it.
Leave us a text or a voicemail at 802-884-3553
Bitch.
or send a voice clip to us at
fun.
hello@what'sthediff@gmail.com.
Do it. If you go to our Spotify, is there a link?
There
Stop with the fried voice, please.
there
Deep
should be
fried
a
voice.
link on what'sthediff.net. It goes
No,
to
I
all
know,
of our
I know.
socials.
But if you're listening on Spotify right now, in this very minute,
I licked
click
the microphone.
on.
Whoops.
Oh, we don't have a link on our Spotify.
Shit, fucking goddamn.
Huh.
We should do that. We should put a link on
Son
our
of a
Spotify.
bitch, goddamn, amen.
Anyway, we got a go on our YouTube too, because I think that'd be good for us. Go on our YouTube. Go on our Instagram and follow it, and like the reels that we haven't posted in a long time.
Yep.
Yeah, give us a like, subscribe, follow. It helps with the algorithm, and boy, do we need to get algorithmized.
We were in the top 30% of video podcasts on Spotify, but that doesn't mean much because there's not many.
Yeah, it was kind of a new thing.
Yeah. Still.
Still,
We're-
still cool.
Yeah.
Still pretty
I
rad.
won the trivia thing once or twice or a bunch of times, and then, I
don't
lost.
remember that.
So
I don't remember that at all.
either.
I don't think that happened.
Yeah, I kind of forgot.
I'm going to give you guys the worst fucking questions.
Oh boy.
He's forgotten now too.
Oh man, no, like you're never gonna get home and be like, you don't know, you don't know.
I would have
Fuck
known that
you.
immediately, actually. So that's
Yeah,
what's
I
funny
would've.
about that.
I'm
the
gonna torture you
episode's
guys.
5 hours long. We're just crying, and Cully's like, "All right, I guess we're going to another final elimination question."
What was the third iteration of the Italian flag?
Oh, what is it? 6 hours in, still 0-0. Looking for a tiebreaker. What color is purple? Incorrect.
Red.
It's violet. Violet's actually not purple because it's different. This could be indigo. You could say that. But that's kind of, not quite.
Indigo
purple.
to the polls.
Indigo leave.
Indiegogo.
That's a website. I
Indigo.
think.
Yeah, I think it is. It's not our
Mhm.
website, though.
No.
Okay.
Bye. Machining.